All right, guys, quick update on another 500. Let's zoom in. I love that. Look at all those people. My goodness. Zoom in here on what's going on. Good things here. As I mentioned before, I'm loving this is 3 of my teammates coordinating an attack in here to Port Macquarie. We are unifying our borders. You can see I like it. I've got right away with these 2 countries, but you can see my allies because they're crisply outlined in white. So good job to the developers on that. So you can see here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of us mainland allies here. And I'm really loving how this was done. I definitely mentioned it, but I don't know if they needed to mention or not in terms of gameplay. But I went ahead and mentioned, hey, make sure and attack into the non-fort regions first, which they did. So that's really good gameplay. Leave the fort regions for once you've consolidated the non-fort regions. So that's exactly what they've done. I can see they're attacking into this fort here that has 14 defenders with overwhelming force. That's what you've got to do. So it looks like they're going to take this and then in addition take the actual capital here, which is Double Fish, which I'm going to chime in just a little bit. I've kind of been acting as the leader because I put this coalition together. And I'm just going to make sure that Sydney doesn't swoop in and capture this, but it looks like Sydney's in waiting, just holding pattern right here. This definitely belongs to Adelaide. If he takes this, he needs to have the fruits of that by taking Port Macquarie. So I'm just going to mention that in group chat. One of the things that can happen is somebody like this guy could swoop in and take it. And then we've got dissension amongst our group members. That's not cool. So the other thing going on right now I wanted to keep you updated on is Melbourne looks like he's capturing successfully. He's got an overwhelming force over here. He will capture this. This is a little more iffy, but I think he's got enough to capture this province, although this guy is streaming over here, so there could be a defensible amount here, but he does have a sizable troop presence coming in. It looks like about 35 troops, so he probably will be able to take this. There is a fort there. Again, I may mention that and caution him that he might want to land everybody on one province and then think about his move from there. And then this is the big news, really, is that my ally down here, Nelson, is getting overrun. So he took all of his stuff and attacked northwards. I tried to reach out to Greece boys, but I wasn't in time. By the time I'd reached out to him and tried to get a non-aggression treaty going, he had already attacked in. And it looks to me, just the way things are here, I think Greece Boys is going to easily take over all of the mainland here. My boy's entire army is across the strait here. And that's bad news because you have to disembark, which takes forever. Then you have to travel through water, which takes forever. Then you have to, embark, travel through water, then disembark over here, which takes forever to even get back to here. Now, the bad thing about this is there's an empty fort here. So Home Slice here just has to get into it. He has to take this territory and then sit in it. And then he can stand defensively against anything that my ally tries to do in return to him. So this is where I, as a leader, really need to think about, I'm just going to watch this. I've already reached out to Greece Boys, as I mentioned, and just said, hey, I'm looking at what's happening. I see you're attacking my ally mate, and frankly, there's nothing I can do about it because, the giant ocean between us. So I told him what I'm going to do is watch you two. I'm going to let you two fight it out, and we can talk about maybe the winner joining our coalition. So I'm hoping to dangle that carrot in front of him. If he wins, I don't want an enemy at our back door. That may seem disloyal to our ally down here, but we haven't really formed any bonds in this alliance yet. The alliance is still in its early phases. And the fact is, if you cannot hold your own, then how can you contribute to the alliance? So that's just the reality of it. Now, I will say this, if any of my allies on the mainland were being attacked, and if I could do anything to defend them, I certainly would. But in this case, there's just nothing I can do. Right now, I'm moving north. That's the last bit here. I mentioned earlier that I was going to play a game of beat the hornet's nest, and that's exactly what I've done. I've moved into this fort here, and now I'm just going to sit here. And typically, what player characters would do, and good, that's not AI, it's a player character. When you attack this deep into their territory, they get pissed. And when they get pissed, they attack back. You can see I'm growing a fort here, and I'll be attacking into here with overwhelming force, 13-1, and I'm bringing this one more into here. And so what I'm going to do at this point is just sit down. And the temptation, once you've been invaded like this, to the point where I've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of his home territories, he's outraged right now. He's really pissed, and he's going to be tempted to throw stuff against these forts. And I'm just hoping he does. He's got stuff poised. He's bringing more stuff in. Please, by all means, smash yourself to death against these concrete ramparts. I love it. So things are going well on my own personal northern front. Things are going well with my teammates working together to consolidate our interior empire. And the only sort of fly in the ointment is down here. We'll have to watch this and see what happens. Melbourne seems to be doing good. I'm going to reach out to him after this podcast and just say, hey, dude, I would not attack into that fort with what you've got here. He just doesn't have enough. I don't know what's here, but it's definitely the original 13, and he's probably running in. Well, he's definitely running in 8 more here. So I'd say there's at least 21 there, and he's got 35, but that's not enough against 21 in a fort. So we'll talk to him and see if we can coach him through that. Anyway, things are going good. Thanks for checking in, guys. I'm trying to keep these as brief as possible. So I'll see you next time. Adios, amigos.